Well, thanks for patiently waiting, guys. Many of you have asked me to share how I broke my foot. So I wanted to hop on here real quick, share the story so I can get that out of the way and hopefully get to the videos that I have been brainstorming in the next few days. So last Monday, a week from today, last week, we left to the waterfalls like 3.5 hours away from our house, and we camped. And then the next day, Tuesday, we woke up and got breakfast, packed lunches, and headed out, and we hiked the Cumberland Plateau. We were at Fall Creek Falls State Park, and it's on the west side of the Cumberland Plateau. So we were hiking about 1.5 mile trail to go to the top of the waterfalls to look over the main waterfall of that state park. We got to the top, we saw the waterfall. It was beautiful, it was majestic. We took pictures, and then also on that first initial hike, we took several detours. We went into this huge cave, we went into small caves, we went into, or like over this ledge that then we had to like climb through rocks and then up another hill and then over to this overlook, which was incredibly intimidating but gorgeous. And then back on the regular path and continued to get to the top of the waterfall, took pictures, all that. Then we look around and we see there's this big sign that says that you can hike down to the bottom of the waterfall. And we had seen people swimming down there, and we thought, I wonder, how you get down there. Well, we saw the sign, and it was all capital letters with exclamation points. It said, very strenuous hike to the bottom of the falls. So we considered it. We thought, should we do this? Should we not? I don't know. But we did see people coming back. And when we saw people coming back, there was little kids, there was old people, there was people with limps, there was, less in shape people. And we were like, oh, let's go. Like, we could totally do this. So we went down, and it was strenuous. And at the same time, I could see like why they have to say very strenuous, just to be on the extra cautious side. It was literally rocks the whole way down. Not little rocks, boulder rocks, like huge rocks. So we're climbing rocks the entire way down for about 20 to 25 minutes. And we get down there, and it's more rocks, but now they're like some slippery, some wobbly, getting closer to the water where you can get in and then swim to the waterfall and get under the waterfall and all of that. So we got to the bottom, got in the water, swam, went to the waterfall. Hector and Joelle climbed a lot of the rocks behind the waterfall, came back down, swam some more, took pictures, video. And then after about an hour, we were like, all right, let's head back up. So we're about to go back up on that crazy rock boulder hike that took us probably 20 minutes to come down. And moments into the hike, I mean, I could still like see the water. It was right there. I step on this very slanted rock, and my shoe, I had shoes on the whole time, even when I was swimming, because I wanted to protect my feet. I put my foot on the top of the slant, and my foot just slid the whole way down and landed at the base of the rock. And when it did, I thought I heard something, but then again, we're surrounded by rocks, so maybe it was a rock noise. And then I also felt what the only way I can describe it is like a bubble, a little soapy bubble popping, just bloop. And I felt that in my foot. And I stopped, and I was like, I think something's wrong. And I immediately started to get teary-eyed because I could feel it blowing up. The inflammation is beginning, and the pain is beginning. And I'm like, oh no, we have a very strenuous, exclamation point, all capital letters, hike to go back up everything we just came down. So I take my shoe off, I take my sock off, and sure enough, there's like a ball right in the spot where I felt the hit. And I'm like, there's no way that's just, oops, I twisted my foot. Like, that has to be a break. It has to be. It's like the spot that broke. So don't mind my dogs. They like to bark at people, but not do anything about it. My neighbor's out feeding his goats. So then we started, Joelle, my younger son, is very into tactical and medical. So he's always traveling with his gear. He had his tourniquet, his wraps, tactical medical gear, not Band-Aids. So like wraps, Israeli wound wrap, and chest, what does he have? He has chest suction something, and he has his tourniquets, and he has all his gear. So I was like, do you have a wrap, and he's like, yes. So he pulled his Israeli trauma wrap, I don't know what it's called. He has trauma shears, he has everything. He's ready to save the day. And so he wrapped my foot up, put my shoe back on, and I started to go, and I was like, just hold on a minute. So we stopped, and I just needed to cry. I cried. It was over. Collect myself. Let's go. So we started going, and I mean, it was a workout. I went from crawling to using the boulders on this side and Hector's arm on this side, to using Hector on this side and using the railing on this side, to using the boys, Hector, railing, crawling, back and forth. I mean, I just did everything and anything I needed to do throughout the whole way up to get up. And then we would just stop and breathe for a minute, because it was very strenuous. This time it really was. We were out of breath. I was hopping on one leg the whole way up, and my leg was tired, so I needed to stop. My arms were tired. My heart was racing. It was a cardio workout. And it was really funny because people would start, they would come down, and we would just like huddle in the corner, and we probably looked so funny. So we would just laugh, like we look like weirdos. We're just in this corner huddled, breathing deeply. They must think we are so out of shape. We were laughing our heads off. And then we just kept going. And then of course a few people asked, like, are you all right? And you tell them, yeah, we're hurt. You don't want to make a big deal. But then they're also like, what can I do? It's like nothing. Like, what can you do? Absolutely nothing. But thank you for your compassion. Moving on, So we made it to the original level where we had been looking over the waterfall and seeing this people swim and the sign before we started our hike down. There was a woman who called 911 because the station or the visitor center was closed, or they didn't answer. So she called 911, and that's what the sign said to do. Joelle did all this for me. I wasn't there when she made the call. He was like, tell her we just need a car. Like, we don't need an ambulance. We don't need anything. We just need someone to pick my mom up and take her to our vehicle so we don't have to hike the rest of the 1.5 miles. And so sure enough, a ranger showed up, put us in his car, and took us to our car. And it was a huge blessing because it really did spare us a long ways. And that's it, pretty much. We got to the camper, made dinner, showered, and played cards. I didn't have my boot till 2 days later, because the next day we left the campsite, came home, slept here that night, and then the next morning, which was Thursday morning, bright and early, got up, went to get x-rays. And I, at that point, was like, it's not broken. It's not broken. I feel great. I have no pain. I took a shower. I slept 2 nights. I feel great. And the lady walks in. She goes, broken. It's like, no way. No way. So she put a boot on me, and I have to wear it for a month. So my prayer is this, and if you could pray with me, that it would heal properly and that it would give me no trouble afterwards, because there's the slim chance that it could heal improperly and then need a surgery. And that's where I hope we don't end up. So whatever happens, it's fine, but that's my prayer. So pray with me. And in the meantime, I'm going to take extra good care of it. I'm not putting any weight on it at all until it is healed. And I'll have more info in a month. So that's the story. I'll be coming back with some videos soon. I have a few ideas that I would love to come and sit and chat with you guys about and share my thoughts on. So please keep an eye out for those. Until then, God bless you all. See you next time.